Welcome to the Lord's Kitchen. Today we're making chili. And the ingredients are about a pound of hamburger meat. That's 85% lean. You want a little bit of fat in there. That is a can of diced tomatoes. These I got are organic. They're a 28-ounce can. And then I got some diced tomatoes that have chipotle peppers in them. And then you'll need one Roma tomato or just one fresh tomato. You'll need garlic, a white onion, butter, mustard, chili powder, ground red pepper, and optional Cajun seasoning, but I'm going to use that, and some iodized sea salt. You will probably need some olive oil, which is best, or some light cooking oil. Alright, let's get on with the cooking. There you go again. I'm sorry, one more time. Hamburger meat, fresh tomato, garlic, onion, butter or margarine, mustard, chili powder, ground red pepper, Cajun seasoning, sea salt, a small can of flavored diced tomatoes. I chose chipotle chili peppers, and a 28 ounce of diced tomatoes. Okay, we're going to start with our garlic and our onion and our tomato, our fresh vegetables. That's what we're going to start off with. And we're going to pull these cloves of garlic out just like this. Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6. She's about 7. Seven of these. So we've got about 7 of them. Put those back. And we still need to clean the garlic down. So we're going to get a little paring knife here. And the top of it right there. Cut. And then just pull the rest off and set it aside. So that garlic's ready to use. And just do it to the others. You don't want to cut too deep, but just want to cut that top off like that. And then just kind of pinch it at the bottom. And the rest of that should pop off. Sometimes you get stubborn ones. And I think I forgot to put the lights on over here, so I'm having a little bit of difficulty seeing there. And get that off. Alright, I'm going to clean the rest of this and then come back to you. Okay, now then. Here we go. And all that good stuff. Get another light down here. This is probably a small to medium onion. Different knife. Alright. And we're going to use about half of this. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this in half. Without cutting my fingers open. There we go. This is pretty good, even there. And we'll just put this other one in a neat little slider baggie, like that, and pop it into the refrigerator. Now then, we're going to peel this. Right. What we're doing is cutting that end off. So we just cut that off like that. And then peel the outer layer of that onion off. We might want to use that whole onion. That might have been, we'll see. We'll see. Alright. And so then your onion is there. Your garlic is here. Now then, you can either cut this fresh tomato up, or you can do what I'm going to do. I have this nifty little food processor right here. And I'm just going to stick it right here. And I'll wait to plug it in. And I'm going to cut the top of this off. Just like that. And the top of this off as well. Actually, I use that, or I can use my hand one, but what I think I'm going to do, let's switch this up. We're not going to use the electric one because we're going to use this one. This one's nice. It's got a serrated blade on it and a straight blade the other way, so we can spin that whichever way we want. So these two go for my little guinea pig. He likes those. I'm just going to split this down the middle like that, and then I'm going to cut it like that again, and we'll put those pieces in there. And then like that, in there, in there, and in there. Okay, and then we're going to take the onion and we're going to chop it into like 4 pieces. I think I ought to do it. Got that in there and that in there. Okay, now for the garlic. You need a garlic press, okay? If you don't know what a garlic press is, this is a garlic press. There's 2 different kinds, and here's my old one. It's just a simple thing like this, and you put the garlic in here and press. Okay. Now, this one, put it in there and there. So, no, just quit. Sorry, my bird's interrupting. Okay, so we want to take 3 of the pieces of garlic and set them to the side, and then we're going to put the rest in there like that, and then we're going to put the top back on and lock it down. Whoa, and lock it down. Look here. Oh, okay. There we go. Now we have it locked down. And then we just spin. Let's try it the other way. Well, there we go. Actually, my mom got me this for an early birthday present. Real nice. There we go. That handle is almost useless though. Okay. or I think it comes in handy to undo it. Maybe. Okay, come on. There we go. It's not really that hard, I'm just weak. And lift that out of there and rinse it off real quick. Okay, and there you go. I'm going to pull those blades out of there, and being very, very careful because these blades are very, very sharp. I mean, you can see how it chops up an onion. Now then, the next thing I have is a 6-quart pan. Let's put this off to the side. And I have a 6-quart pan here. And this is what we're going to use. And pardon me just a minute. This is my olive oil sprayer. Very, very nice here. You just pump it up like that. And then I'll tilt the pan like this, and I'm spraying the inside of my pan with the olive oil, making sure to cover the bottom and the sides. And there it is, you can see. And I'm going to set that over there on the burner. Put this back up. And now I need to adjust the camera, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we're back. Now then, I hope this doesn't shadow too much. What we're going to do here first is we're heating up our pan. We're letting that oil get good. Oh yeah, I forgot. We do need some garlic salt. Not very much. But we need the bottom of that pan to get hot, and I thought it was hotter than that. So we'll be right back while we're letting the pan heat up, because you want to see most of the beads of the olive oil breaking into liquid. So we will be right back. Okay, there we go. And I hope you can see in that pan where the beads spray have broken up in the oil. Now we need probably a level teaspoon. Okay, that's what real time does for you. You get phone calls. Okay, and I also need to tell you that I have the heat. I'm using an electric stove, and it's on medium. Okay, now we're going to put in a little less than a level spoon, a little less than a level spoonful of garlic salt, and this is a 1/4 teaspoon, and I'm sprinkling it there. Alright, on the chili powder, we're saving that for last. Okay, ground red pepper. You're going to want, because of everything else in it, less than an 1/8 of a teaspoon. And so you can see there it's just a little bit in the bottom, and we're going to sprinkle that on the bottom there too. Now we're going to take the Cajun seasoning, and we're going to want 1/2 teaspoon of the Cajun seasoning. And you want a level spoon, so let's make sure to stir that up. And you want a level 1/2 teaspoon, and we're going to sprinkle that in there. Alright, and now we're going to take, and it's smoking, so now we're going to take our butter, and we want 2 tablespoons of butter. There we go. And let me get my wooden spoon here and stir that around like that. Now I'm going to turn this down halfway between medium and off. I guess that'd be medium low. But we're just going to do this like this because we don't want our butter to burn. Okay. Now then, we're going to take and press our garlic in there on the bottom like this. And just press it out. Right. In there. There we go. Like that. And this little thing has a nifty little tool to do that with it. And just kind of clean out the inside a little bit. Now then, got your garlic down there. And we got this good and stirred up. There we go. And now we take our other little mixture of stuff here and we pour it in. Now, if you're using anything less than 85% lean beef, you're going to have to do it. There's a whole different way to make this because you don't want that much grease and fat in this. And so you have to cook the meat and drain. You have to cook it a whole different way if you're using less than 85% or above ground beef. So I just want to throw that in there. Now then, and we're going to let that cook down just a little bit. And you really have to watch it because we want it to scorch. We don't want it to burn. And so you have to let it set. And probably about anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then you stir it, and you do that several times. And I guess we'll wait here through the first time, and then after that I'm just going to pause and cut through. So rinse that off. What we can be doing in the meantime is you want to salt your meat. So let me get a bowl out here and let's salt the meat. Rinse my hands. You always want to make sure to wash your hands with hot soapy water and clean them off with a clean towel. Okay, let's see where I gotta go for you to see this. Okay, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get some iodized sea salt, and we're going to take 1 teaspoon, and we're gonna make sure that it's a little bit of a heaping teaspoon. And we're going to crumble this meat and sprinkle some in and crumble it, squeeze it, break it up, sprinkle some on here, and then like turn it into itself and turn it upside down and sprinkle some more. Whoops, we got a little too much there in that spot. But anyway, and then like that, and you just want to make sure to mix that off into your meat. Okay, now then you can see over here we're starting to scorch a little bit, so we're going to stir that up. Okay, now Yeah, it's starting to smoke. And you can smell the vapors. Get an idea of what you're... Oh, yeah. Okay. And now then, we're going to rinse my hands off so that... I really like using latex gloves when I'm working with hamburger meat like that or anything, but I'm actually making this for some neighbors, and well, and myself as well. I just offered to. Okay, this is 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and we're going to sprinkle that in there like that. Now that was 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and then we're going to mix that into the meat. Okay, there we go. Now then, let's stir this. Now it's looking good. It's looking good. Now, if you'll notice, most of the liquid has come up out of it, but yet it's not too dry. It's kind of moist. So now we're going to take and put our hamburger meat in here. And I shouldn't have used that bowl for the chili powder. Oh well. We'll get some hot water and some soap in it so it won't stain my bowl. There we go. I wished I could stop saying there we go. And there you go. Okay, now then, and okay, that's another one. Anyway, we're going to break this meat up. We're going to turn this back up to medium. And we're going to break this up. Stir it up. And you want to make sure to mix all that in with the meat. Real good. Just smash. And you know, I'm using a wooden spoon on my pans. I use wooden spoons instead of metal because these are some very nice pots and pans that I received for Christmas. And I've had them for 6-7 years, and they still just look brand new because I take care of them. And you should take care of your cookware, and you should always have good cookware. And you know, I don't have a problem keeping these clean or a problem with stuff sticking to them. One of these times I ought to, because I spray with olive oil like that, and if I do get a burn, like if something's scorched on the bottom or burnt on the bottom, I take a little bit of water and pour the water in there and use my wooden spoon, and just kind of do this until the burn's up. And that's also a style of cooking that I do that I'm sure you'll see in future episodes, but we're not doing that now. Anyway, and you want to just keep starting to brown real nice, and you just want to mix, you just want to mix that up and keep mixing it, and you want to get all the meat browned. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and pause this and let it cook, and then we'll come back in a moment. At least it'll be a moment for you. Okay, welcome back. Okay. Let's take the lid off. Ouch. Should have used a pot holder. Okay. Now, you can see this. I hope so. Well, stir it up a little bit. And show you. And yeah, I forgot to tell you that I did, I let that cook with the lid on it to keep the moisture. And you can see how there are big hunks. You don't want to make your hamburger meat into mush. So, I think that's good for what we're going to do. And there we go. Alright. Now then, take your mustard. I use spicy brown mustard. Whoa, that's coming out. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of this. And from the looks of it, maybe a little more, because that was... Okay, see, that is pretty much a level tablespoon. We're going to take that out, and then we're going to fill it up one more time. There we go. So it might be a tablespoon and a half, because some of this... Let's make it that. Let's make it a tablespoon and a half. One and a half tablespoons of brown mustard. And then, wash that. Let's just get another one out here, make it faster. Okay. This is 1 tablespoon. And I have chili powder. And at this point, we're going to add one two tablespoons of chili powder. And just put it in there like that. And stir that up well and mix it up. Alright, now it's time for the flavored diced tomatoes. Just pour the can in there. And you want to let this cook. And we want to let this cook for 15 minutes. Thank you, Lord. And we want to cook it covered. So, but make sure that you get it. Yeah, alright. Oh yeah. Okay. And we're going to put the lid on this. And we're going to let it cook for 15 minutes. Probably in 5 to 7 minutes I'll come in and stir it, and then another 7 minutes, and but we'll be back after the 15 minutes. Hello, we're back. It's been 15 minutes, and this time we're going to use a pot holder. There we go. Now I did come in here and stir this once before. Now then, we take our large can of tomatoes, and like I said, these are diced organic tomatoes. These are, let's see, no wait, 1 pound 12 ounces or 28 ounces. And we're going to stir that up. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Alright, now from here you can choose what kind of consistency that you want for your chili. And you can just cook it with the lid on it like this for about 20 to 30 minutes, coming in, stirring it about every 10 minutes. However, I am going to take and put in 1 cup of water. And we're just going to pour in the 1 cup of water here, because I am going to be making cornbread with this. And see, there you go. And that puts it up just about right. Smells good. Let's see what it tastes like. Well, I need to get another spoon because I need that for cooking. So, got another spoon here, and I just want to taste the flavor. Oh. Oh, Lord, that is some, thank you, Lord. That is some mighty good. Thank you, Lord. Oops. Thank you. That is just really good. You know, there is a verse in the Bible that it does say that He will prepare your meals for you daily. And you know, He has prepared my meals for me daily for a while. Alright, we're going to let that cook for 30 minutes. And I'm going to move the camera. And I'm on a limited budget. You know, and most people are these days. And I need some cubed cheese. I need cheese. I need you to go back up. Hold on, there we go. Alright. I'm going to show you how to make cubed cheese. Cubed cheese with sliced American cheese, which you probably already know this, but if you're a bachelor for any particular reason, or just single male or female, but most females already know how to cook, but some don't. You know, that's not true. I shouldn't stereotype. I'm sorry. But if you don't like my comment, you can make a comment on the page. Anyway, on a limited budget, I get the sliced American cheese, and there's one of 2 brands that I will use because they're fairly healthy for you. They don't use a lot of ingredients that you know would be undesirable if you try to eat naturally. But you know, I'm not an extremist. I don't go like totally organic and all that. I do the best I can on what I can afford, and when I can afford it, I do it, and when I can't afford it, I take the lesser of two evils, I guess, or do without. Anyway, did you see how I just folded that while I'm sitting here running my mouth? And there we go. And I'm seriously just taking this and folding it. I don't know. I'm not real good with measures, but you know, just good little deals like this. And we'll put it on top of the other bar that I made. And I've got 4 slices of cheese here. Is what I have. And we're just folding and folding again. And then we're just gonna place this one next to that one. And then we're gonna do this. Again, I want to stress that you should always, before handling food, you should have your hair back, especially if you're cooking for other people. You should have your hair back, and you should always wash your hands with hot soapy water before and after handling food. And you want to make sure that the utensils that you use are rinsed in hot water at least, or hot soapy water. Some people leave a sink full of hot water. I don't. I think I have my opinion about that, but I just use really hot water. I have my hot water tank set. Okay, we have 2 of these bars. And you kind of look at it, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, that's a pretty big cube there. So, let's just take one of those bars like that and just start going down. I don't know if that's 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 an inch. If you really want to know, leave me a comment and I'll measure it. Anyway, and you do that with each piece, like so. And I'll use these, whoops, I lost part of the, there we go. I'll use these to put on top of the bowls of chili. And when the chili's done, I will show you a final picture of it. And there you go. And there you go. What should I say? Ta-da! It's like, and cube cheese. There you have it. How about that? There you have it. So, and it's not fancy, it's not cheddar, but it works and it tastes good. It's boiling here, so I need to stir it up. And however many minutes that was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And doesn't that, oh, you can't see that. Dadgummit. And it looks really good. And it tastes awesome. Oh, it really is. I mean, and I do, you know, please leave me comments. If you, especially if you try these for yourself, and let me know how you like them. You know, if you thought it tasted good, or if you thought it tasted bad, or maybe you did something different to it. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Well, there you go. Thank you, Lord. He's given me some new phrases to say. I watch these videos and I go, oh my goodness, who would even listen to me? Listen at that rattle. Okay, I know you can see this and see that consistency. The smell's mild. Yeah, this is some good chili. Oh yes. And with my wooden spoon, I'm making sure to get down on the bottom. You don't want nothing getting stuck down there on the bottom. Okay, I think this has cooked at medium temperature for quite long enough, because you only want to cook it there at that medium temperature like that for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're going to turn it down just to a 1 notch above low. We're just going to kind of simmer it out a little bit. And it's boiling there. And we'll be back to you in just a moment and show you a final product. Or the final result. There you go. Thank you, Lord. And the finished product with cornbread. And that is from the Lord's Kitchen. Thank you for viewing. If you like this, please click like. If you're on the features page, you'll need to go to the videos page to be able to click like or comment. And please, comments are welcome, encouraged, being looked forward to. Thank you. From the Lord's Kitchen. God bless. I remembered where I got the He Will Prepare My Meals for Me Daily. This is a book, and no, I don't have permission, but I'm giving all credit to this person that wrote this book, and it's called Hugs from Heaven. And my secret sister, the only time I ever had one, gave me this at a time, and I still to this day don't know who it was that gave me this book, but it was at a time in my life that it just made a huge, it was like, wow. And I want to read just a bit here to you at what it says. It says, have you ever been called by God to do something really hard, like forgiving someone when you didn't want to, loving someone you didn't like, smiling when you'd rather stick out your tongue? You see, being chosen by God usually means that tough stuff is ahead. It usually means you're going to have to take a few hits, endure some pain, and get your hands dirty. Being favored by God means you'll eventually have to follow Him to the river, through the valley, across the desert, and finally to the hill. In other words, being favored by God is a privilege that will most likely break your heart. On the other hand, being favored by God should bring you to your knees in thanksgiving and have you skipping along on the rooftops with joy and dancing in the streets with the most delicious abandonment. Yeah, you'll be tired, dirty, sweaty, and achy. But when you sit down at night, your heart will be bursting to sing. It will be dipped in a sweetness that is only possible when one has walked directly behind Jesus. Footprint for footprint. Being called means you'll love a betrayer, forgive an adulteress, feed the hungry, clothe the poor, and probably have only one pair of sandals. But it also means that at the end of the day, you'll eat a hot dinner prepared by Christ Himself. And if need be, He'll even spoon feed you and wipe your chin. God only calls the great ones great by His standards, not yours. He's partial to grandmothers, mothers, daughters, cousins, aunts, housewives, widows, seamstresses, queens, slave girls, and shepherds' wives. A pliable heart and willing spirit seem to be the only qualifications. Even then, God has a way of softening the hardest of hearts and coaxing the most stubborn spirit to His way of thinking. Being favored by God will hurt, but in the end, heaven's gate will open when it sees you approach. Angels will applaud your entry, and God will call you by name. Hang in there. The best is yet to be.